Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here on a Monday, chilling. And of course, it's not Monday. I don't know what day it is, but it ain't Monday. But that's my catchphrase, so I'm sticking to it. So, y'all gotta excuse my camera. I don't have my stand, so I'm kind of looking straight down, but it's all good. So, what we gonna talk about today, is, of course, we're gonna keep it on the self-defense tip, and we're gonna talk about self-defense instructors with no real experience. I did a video a while back called self-defense instructors with no real knowledge, but today I'm talking about self-defense instructors with no experience. Okay, all right, so let me go ahead and be honest with you. Probably about 9 out of 10 instructors don't have any experience in what they are actually teaching. 9 out of 10 instructors don't have experience in what they are actually teaching, okay? And I know I'm gonna have some instructors that's watching this and their chest is all out. Yeah, that's true. Most of them don't have. I'm talking about you too. I'm talking about you as well. All right. You probably, if you're watching this video, 9 times out of 10, you probably don't have any experience in teaching what you're teaching as well. But you probably don't realize that. But that's all right, because I'm about to explain to you what I mean by experience. All right, cool. Experience, what I mean by experience means that you have done a particular something. You've actually done that particular something over and over again, a lot of different times, okay? So if you are a self-defense instructor, let's say you're teaching how to, defend somebody trying to stab you with a pair of scissors. I got some scissors. All right, and you teaching somebody how to defend against a pair of scissors. Right now, if no one has actually tried to stab you, like really stab you with a real pair of scissors to really do you harm, then you actually don't have any experience on defending yourself against somebody trying to stab you with a pair of scissors. You may have some knowledge, you may have some training, but you don't have any experience in it. Let me give you an example, okay? I'm gonna go back to the NBA because, although the season's over, my man LeBron did his thing, but I'm gonna give you some examples. I'm gonna do the NBA and the NFL. Let's say you're an NBA player or NFL player, right? And you've been playing basketball since you was, 6, 7 years old, right? And all you aspired to be is a professional football or basketball player. So you play in elementary school, right? And you end up getting real good. You play in junior high school, and you end up getting real good. You play in high school, right? And you end up getting real good. You end up playing in college, and you end up getting real good. So now you like 21, 22 years old, or 18, depending on, how long you playing in college, right? So you've been playing since you was 5 years old, right? Now you finally get an opportunity to play in the NBA or NFL. What do they call you when you get to the NBA or NFL? A rookie. You've been playing since you was 5 years old, okay? That's 10, 15, 20. You've been playing for 15 to 17 years. And what do they call you? They call you a rookie. You know why? You know what a rookie is? A rookie is somebody who doesn't have any experience. Playing all your life, they still call you a rookie, okay? Because all you did when you was playing up to that point, because your goal was to be in the NBA or NFL, was train to be in the NFL and NBA. So you are a rookie. Let's put that back to self-defense. Same thing, okay? You've been training for years on how to defend somebody coming at you with a knife, or how to defend somebody coming at you with a stick or a choke or something like that, all right? But no one has actually tried to attack you like that. So that means you don't have any experience at it. You just have the training or the knowledge, okay? But you say that you got experience, but you actually don't, okay? You actually don't. Now, the reason why I end up making this video is because, well, initially, I was going to make another video, and I probably still might, because I do a lot of active self-defense videos where I actually show techniques. And people comment on my videos, which I appreciate. I always appreciate the comments. But normally, the comment is not about my actual technique or defense I'm doing. It's normally the comment is about the attacker. They're talking about, oh, that wasn't a real choke, or, don't nobody hold a gun like that, or, shit like that, which is crazy because it's a demonstration, and I'm actually not talking about the attack, I'm talking about the defense, and I'm actually do a video about that later on, but that's what brought me to make this video, because I was like, you know what? The people that's commenting on the video, they're talking about, I would never attack like that, or nobody would act like that. And I was thinking, I said, these people don't really have any experience when it comes down to the actual attack, and then I was thinking about when you watch self-defense demos, a lot of people criticize the self-defense instructors, and they say, that was bullshit, or that would never work, or whatever. And then you watch like a boxing video. Now I drink my water. And then you watch like a boxing, demo, or a MMA demo, or a jiu-jitsu demo, and very seldomly do the people that's watching criticize the anything about the technique or whatever, and they don't even criticize the person that's doing like the attacking. And I figured out why that is. Because if you are an MMA instructor, you probably have MMA experience. And everybody knows that. If you're a jiu-jitsu instructor, you probably have jiu-jitsu experience. Everybody knows that. If you're a boxing coach, you probably have boxing experience. Everybody knows that. If you're a self-defense instructor, you probably don't have any actual experience. And everybody knows that, which makes you a target. Figure that out. They know chances are no one has ever put a gun on you in real life. They know chances are no one's ever probably tried to stab you in real life. Chances are no one's probably ever tried to kidnap you in real life. So you become a target, and they challenge everything that you do. Accept those challenges, that's fine, but they challenge everything you do as a self-defense instructor, okay? So experience is one thing. Okay? This is what a lot of self-defense instructors end up doing. Not really the women. The women are usually honest about the fact they don't have any experience. Well, they don't just say I don't have no experience because they didn't know before watching this video that they didn't have experience, but now they know they don't have experience. But they do say is they never actually had a real fight. They'll say that. The dudes don't do that. Self-defense instructors don't do that. Dudes. What they do is they know that they don't have no experience, but they're like boast about, they'll lie And they'll say something like, yeah, I was brought up in this neighborhood, and so we had to fight a lot when I was coming up, or I'm from this town, or I'm from that town, and they kind of like they will act like they act like where they from, they got a lot of experience at, but that's actually not true. That's right. I'm putting the shit out there. Look, I'm gonna tell you before I say that. What I used to do back in at first, sometimes I'll make a video and I wouldn't put the video out. I say I ain't gonna call people out like that. But I only got but 750 subscribers, so it ain't no big deal. That's the pro about not having a lot of subscribers. So if you poor and you poor, you'll do anything, and you'll tell your boss off or whatever because you poor anyway. But when you get like some money in your pocket, you little hesitant because the higher up you go, the harder you got to fall. I don't have a 750 subscribers, so fuck it. I'm just gonna put it out there. What's the worst thing that can happen? All y'all 750 unsubscribed. I ain't even worried about it. So I'm putting it out there, all right? Most of y'all need to stop lying. Most of y'all need to stop lying, man. Look, all right. I wasn't raised in like the projects, I mean, I ain't live in Mayberry, but I wasn't raised in the projects. I'm from D.C. I wasn't raised in like Valley Green back in the day, Berry Farms back in the day, Surgeon Quarters, back in the day, Paradise. I wasn't raised in those areas. I went over there very seldomly, but I went over there from time to time. But I wasn't raised in the projects. All right. I know folks that was raised in the projects. Since I've been doing self-defense, I think I only know one person that is a self-defense instructor who actually came from like that type of area. And the only reason he became a self-defense instructor is because he needed an outlet, because if he didn't, he probably would have ended up in jail. So he ended up like doing self-defense. And you know what? Since I said that, watch how many self-defense instructors start saying that's why they got into self-defense, because they needed an outlet. Don't bullshit. Look, most people, I know plenty of people from them areas, right? First of all, most of them don't even watch self-defense videos, right? Because they don't have to. Second of all, I don't know any of them that ended up taking self-defense classes, okay? Because if you've been fighting all your life, why would you take a self-defense class? You know why you don't take a self-defense class if you've been fighting all your life? Because you have experience. If you got experience in fighting, why you going to take a self-defense class from people who don't have no experience? Okay, if you experience and if you've been on the streets like that for real, right? Then how you end up taking self-defense? You probably haven't. Okay, you probably don't have no experience in that, but you say that you got experience because you want everybody to think that you got experience, so they'll listen to you. All right. Truth of the matter is, most self-defense instructors don't have any experience. Other words, they ain't been attacked for real. They ain't been shot at for real. They ain't been stabbed and stuff like that for real. And if they were shot at and if they were stabbed and stuff like that, it probably wasn't when they was taking the self-defense stuff that they was, that they're training. Okay. What they do have is knowledge or training. Okay, it's like a soldier. A lot of soldiers, they got training, and their commanders have knowledge, but if ain't been no war in the last 10 years, then they don't have any experience. Right? They just have the training and they have the knowledge. But that goes a long way. That's why I require my instructors to get as much knowledge as they can. I require them to get as much knowledge as they possibly can. I always talk about the books that we read. It's always countless amount. If you can't look, if you don't have the actual experience, then you should be reading. And you should be training. You should be having an increased amount of knowledge and increased amount of training. That way, when you have your first fight, the guys who are boxers and they had their first fight, or the guys who are NBA players and they have their first pro game, or the NFL that had their first, the ones that do the best during their rookie season is the ones that train the hardest, have the most knowledge, and they have the most training. They have most knowledge and they have the most training. If you had the most knowledge and most training, then you kind of, my bad, guys, my phone went off for a second. But what they do have is knowledge and training. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Because if you have a lot of knowledge and you have a lot of training, you want to pass that knowledge and that training down so that people are more prepared if and when or if they have to go through the experience. All right. But stop going around here acting like you got all this experience. All right. And you got some people who, oh yeah, and by the way, just because you did come up in a particular neighborhood or whatever doesn't mean that neighborhood made you, gave you experience. Because I know a lot of people who was raised in those parts and they can't fight at all. And they ain't even fight. You can live in the projects your whole life and never fight. Okay? Police officers, another thing instructors do. Another thing instructors do is what they start doing is they start either, like I say, one thing they do is lie. And another thing they do is they build up these false resumes. That's a lie. But they build up these resumes or real resumes that make them look good on paper. They're a police officer, or that they was in the SWAT force, and all that type of stuff. And truth be told, that most police officers are bitches with badges. That's right. I ain't got that many subscribers, so fuck it. I can say what I want to say. Most police officers are bitches with badges. Okay? What I mean by that is, if you take that gun away, then they got nothing. Okay? And how do I know this? The reason why I know this is not because I look at the police officers as bitches with badges, because I train police officers, and I train police officers, good police officers that actually can fight, and they tell me about the other police officers, and they say most of them are bitches with badges. Most of them don't train how to fight. They don't train how to do. Most of them don't stay in shape, which is why we got problems in the first place. A lot of these police officers don't keep up their training. So without their gun, they don't know how to do shit, and that's why when something shit happens minor, they got to pull their gun out. You know what? I'm getting off course. Y'all know how I get. I'm going on the tangent. Let me bring it back. All right. Just because you're a police officer, just because you was born in a rough neighborhood, don't none of that, necessarily, give you the experience on doing what you are teaching. All right. Now, what are you teaching? Let's say you're teaching how to get out of a headlock. How do you get out of a choke? How do you take a gun from somebody? How you disarm somebody? How you deal with a knife? Okay, you can be an officer for 30 years and ain't never had to take a handgun away from somebody. You can be been living in the projects your whole life and never had to take a knife from somebody. You may have seen somebody stabbed. You may have seen somebody shot, but you never actually did the actual technique, okay? And like I said, that's okay. I just wanted to put a video out about instructors with no experience, because most instructors don't have experience and they think they have experience because they've been training. What they are, they have 25, or I got over 25 years of martial arts experience. I have more than 25 years of martial art training. I got over 25, 30, 40 years of knowledge, okay? Experience is something totally different, okay? Got some experience in certain areas, got no experience in others, okay? I do have a ton of knowledge and a ton of training. Just wanted to clear that up, all right? But hell, and whatever y'all gonna do, whatever you're gonna say, say it, just, and train it, but get as much training and knowledge to the best of your ability, all right? Peace, I'm out. Oh! I want y'all to do me something different this time. Don't just subscribe. Don't just comment. I want y'all to send this. If you're a student, send it to your instructor, okay? I got 750 subscribers. I want y'all to send all 750 y'all, or half, whoever watched this video, right? I want y'all to share it to one of your instructors and ask them what he think, all right? I guarantee you, right, you sending it to an instructor who don't have experience. I just want to see what they're going to say, all right? Just send it to them. Say, hey, sensei, I just want you to know what you think about this video, all right? Just share it. I want to see what they're going to say, all right? Peace. I'm out.